Stewart, Dad's condition just got a lot worse. I need you to come over to the hospital as soon as possible.
No can do.
What do you mean? We both know that you didn't go to work today.
Exactly. I can't go because it's my day off from work. Well, thanks to Dad, of course. So I'm going to enjoy my extra day off. Tell him to fight it off till I have to go to work again or something.
What the hell?
Already decided to take my time and rest for today. And there's nothing that's going to change that. As an active and crucial member of our society's workforce, I need as much rest as I can get when I can get it.
You're joking, right? Your own father's condition is taking a toll right now. He needs you, and this might be the last time you'll be able to see him alive.
Yeah, and this might be my last chance to get some proper rest in a week.
Do you really not think that you owe him just this much? To see him and say a proper goodbye before he goes? Do you even know what he's done for you up until now?
It's not like I ever asked him to do anything for me. It's his free will, so I owe nothing.
Did you really just say that? He'll let you go to a private school even though it costs an insane amount each year. And that's because you didn't study at all during high school and couldn't make it into a public school in our state. He even let you try all of those extracurriculars like horse riding and swimming just because you thought they were cool. Not to mention how you quit all of those within half a year because you couldn't take even a bit of failure. Did you really never ask him for anything he gave you? Really? How much money and effort and care do you think he's putting into raising you?
It's literally required by law that a parent or guardian has to put in the money and effort and care in raising a child. That's the cost of making a child. It was his choice to make a child, so he got what he asked for. I don't see what you're so upset about here.
Are you talking about compulsory education? If you didn't know, that's only up until high school. Therefore, he was not obligated at all to send you to college. He did that for you.
Just shut up. Leave me alone.
Even when you got married, your pride kept you from hosting a wedding that you can actually afford. And you begged Dad to pay the amount that you could pay off by yourself. Your pathetic self was literally begging him.
I paid him back by showing his son getting married in the best way possible. How much more does he want?
Have you really not understood how much you've been saved by him up until now? Even after hearing those stories? And it isn't just these episodes. There's hundreds and thousands more that I can't even remember about.
Are you done? As I said a while ago, I'm gonna go get some quality rest, and nothing's gonna stop me from getting it. If you still want to say something, tell Anne. I'm sure she's out somewhere right now. She might be able to head over there instead of me if you asked her to.
Anne?
Yeah? She's my wife, so she's like a sister-in-law to you, right?
So what? It doesn't matter whether Anne comes to visit or not. All that matters is whether you, his actual son, is coming to visit him for one last time or not.
Take good care of Anne. Don't be too mean to her. Oh, and also, what's going on with his inheritance?
Inheritance?
Yeah, contact me when all that's decided.
Dad's not in his best shape, but he's still fighting.
Oh, and also make sure to get the funeral on a weekday. I'll get to skip going to work again. Oh, and also, Dad's inheritance will be divided by 3. Third for me, third for you, third for Anne. Got it? So me and Anne get 2/3 of his inheritance.
How did you turn out like this?
I have no idea how to manage a funeral, by the way, so I'm gonna have to leave all of that to you, sis. You're the firstborn, so you're basically obligated to do it anyways. You still live in Dad's house, so you're obviously the one who's most in debt. I don't owe anything of that sort to him, so you better do your best and repay him for everything he's done for you.
How could a person be raised to be so selfish?
You're saying I'm selfish? You barely graduated from high school and kept taking money from Dad until he died.
Taking his money?
Yeah. How do you have the nerve to keep getting raised by your dad at your age? You should have sustained your own life starting from way earlier on.
Did you really just say that to me? without understanding a thing about your own family. You never even came back to visit us, so you wouldn't know why I had to do what I had to do.
I made calls pretty frequently. It's not like you never heard my voice or anything. How is a grown man with his own family supposed to visit his parents every week, huh?
The only reason you called us was to ask for money from Dad. You called on his birthday last year and Dad was really happy that you did that for once. But you didn't even say the phrase, "Happy birthday." You just called him to ask him for money. Again. He just laughed it off, but I could see the tears he was holding back.
You expect me to sing happy birthday to him on the phone? How old do you think I am? 4? A grown man wouldn't do that, and it should be common sense. I don't even know the man's birthday.
But you somehow still have the nerve to ask for money on your own birthday every single year, right?
Yeah, because I'm his son. I get to receive things from him. That's what being a parent is.
You know what? Fine. Have it your way. I just get stressed talking to you. You don't have to come to the hospital. Not that you would have if I were to ask you to.
Yeah. Good luck with the funeral.
Hey, Anne? Where are you right now? Stuart just tells me that he doesn't know where you are no matter how many times I ask him. The cremation is about to start. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss it, but we're all about to get on the bus to get there. Hi. Please don't mind me. You all can start heading there. But we can't just leave you, honey. It's fine, really. I know where the crematorium is, so I can get there on my own. My stomach hasn't been doing too well since this morning. Really? Are you okay? Yes, I just need a bit of time. I took some medicine just now, so I'm sure I'll get better soon. So, I insist, please don't mind me and head over to the crematorium without me. I'll be there with you all within half an hour. Okay, honey, but take your time. We'll be there waiting for you. Should I tell Stuart to stay here at the hall to wait for you? No, thank you. I'm sure he'll like to be there from the start till the end, and I'm confident that I'll be fine on my own. I don't think he gives the slightest crap about this whole thing, but... Regardless, I'll be fine on my own, so don't mind me. Please. Alright. Well, text me if you need anything. I'll send Stuart right over, okay? Oh, and I also told the staff members to prepare a taxi for you, so just tell them when you're ready and you'll have a ride. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry for getting a stomachache at such an important time. I'll be sure to keep Stuart updated about the situation, so if you're ever wondering how I'm doing, please ask him. Okay, sweetie. Anne? Are you sure you're alright? Yes, of course. Oh no, is it already about to end? We're about to bury him. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it. Please don't mind me and focus on saying your last goodbye to your father. I really am doing fine over here. In fact, I'm doing great. Really? Are you feeling better? Actually, I'm feeling ecstatic. What do you mean ecstatic? I just rode a taxi here to your father's house. I'm packing up all of your things right now. What? Packing up my things? At my dad's house? I thought you were in the bathroom. Didn't you have a stomachache? Actually, that was a lie. My stomach doesn't hurt at all. I mean, my stomach hurt earlier from laughing so hard at how easy this was, though. What do you mean? And why are you at my house? You don't even have a key, right? Actually, I borrowed a key from Stuart. My brother doesn't have a key either. He said he borrowed the key from your purse. You know, since it was wide open since this morning because you were so busy managing the funeral. Is this a joke? You two took the key from my purse? Actually, we took your keys from your purse. Your key case. You keep so many different keys in there. Do you know how long it took me to find the right one to your door? what are the other ones for anyways? I mean, I'm sure you had to manage a lot of keys after you joined your dad's company straight out of high school. I'm surprised a high school graduate was able to manage so many different keys. There are very, very important ones in there. Please give them back right now. Don't worry, I won't lose them, and I can't head over there and hand them to you right now. I'm in the middle of a very important process of organizing your things right now. What are you in my house organizing my things? Well, of course, because this house is going to belong to Stuart and I in a little bit, right? So I need to get to work and pack up everything that's going to get in the way of our new life in this house. And the perfect timing was now, since you're not going to be here for a while. What do you mean the house is going to belong to you two? I heard from Stuart that 2/3 of your father's inheritance is going to belong to us. His money, company, and his house. These are the 3 main things that he's leaving behind, right? So we talked it out and decided that Stuart and I should get the house and the company, and you can have half of this money. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't even know who gets what yet. And the only people with legal rights to his inheritance are his children by blood, meaning me and my brother. You're not included, Anne, unless he left it in his will that he wanted to include you too, of course. What do you mean? I'm basically his daughter. Yeah, you're her daughter-in-law on paper, but you aren't related to him through blood. Oh, don't be so cold, Patricia. Cold? You've never taken care of my father or even showed any type of care towards him. But now you act like you care in the slightest way because there's money involved? You seem way colder than me through my eyes. Oh my God! How dare you! I've always thought about all of you in the same way as my family. Even if we were to hypothetically divide his inheritance into 3, how does it make sense that you two get the house and the company, and I only get half of his money? That isn't even at all. Just think about it. Your dad's a company owner, and he doesn't even have a proper hobby that would cost him any money. And he doesn't spend money for anything else, right? So that means he has savings that we could only dream of. Therefore, that portion of his inheritance is most likely to be way more in value than the other 2. Please stop using your simple-minded assumptions as proof towards your argument. Just listen. So Stuart becomes the new boss, right? And I become the boss of the house and the home that he left behind. And we use half of the money that we get to reform the house. And voila! A dream mansion. That's our plan. So I'm going to have to throw out everything that is unnecessary for us to accomplish the plan. Don't you dare touch anything that belongs to my father. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. Your high school graduate brain can process all of this. I said, we're going to throw out everything that's unnecessary. Everything your dad has is part of his inheritance, so we're going to sell it all and make money off of it. So why would I throw it away? You need to start learning how to use your brain. When Stuart becomes the boss, I'll tell him about this, and how we don't need a high school graduate working for us. Wait, so you're just going to throw out my stuff? What did I say earlier? Not a single soul on this planet benefits from you staying in this house, you parasite. So, I'll be throwing everything out into the dumpster. Got it? Oh, wait! I have some very important things for work around my desk. Okay, then I'll just pile everything up around the front door, got it? You can pick up whatever you need and we'll throw out the rest for you. How kind of me. You have all of the night to get everything out of the way. The garbage truck is going to be taking out everything else that is there by tomorrow morning. You people are sick. I thought my brother was the worst, but you're just as bad. You never even bothered asking how he was or coming over to say hi. But as soon as he dies, you people do this? Do you really think that things are going to go your way? The same goes for you. Did you really think that you were going to become the next boss of your father's company after he died? Why on earth would he choose a high school graduate over a college graduate? Just use a bit of common sense and you could have figured it out on your own. Don't think you'll get to keep sucking your daddy's blood forever, you pest. A parasite like you needs to leave right now. Whatever. Good luck with getting away with that. You're the one who needs the luck, Patricia, because my husband is going to be the next boss of your dad's company. And I'm going to be the wife of the boss, which means that we're well off for the rest of our lives. Make sure to get everything off on the front porch, because I'm sure you'll need everything you have to survive from now on. Hey, Patricia, is it true that you came over to the house while I was gone? Stop invading our property. That house belongs to me and my husband. I just went over to organize my father's things. Oh, okay. Did you find anything that was worth money? And don't think you can get away with hiding anything from us. We'll take any legal actions necessary if we find out what happens. Sadly, no. I didn't find anything that was worth money. I took the notebook with his favorite restaurants from all over the country though, if that's fine. Wow, I didn't know he had an actual hobby. I finished organizing a good portion of his belongings, so I'm sure the house is pretty empty now. I mean, it's pretty empty now. But are you sure that there is really nothing worth money in there? And once again, don't lie. I'm not going to lie. And my father didn't have anything expensive enough to be worth noting anyways. Really? But I thought all business owners have lots and lots of expensive things. You just reminded me. When is Stuart going to come to visit the company? He's joining us, right? The CEO is very busy. He doesn't have time to show up at work. Now, when is his salary going to be paid? For being the CEO. I have no idea what you're thinking is the case here. But I'm the boss of my dad's company now, so he's going to have an interview with me if he really wants to join. What? What do you mean you're the boss? We talked about how we're going to divide the inheritance already. The story about you two getting 2/3 of his inheritance? Yes. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but Dad named me as the next boss before he passed away. And I've already been head of the company for over 6 months now. You're lying. Why wouldn't you tell us about that? I mean, the only time that you'd ever bother talking to us was when you guys wanted money. And you two would either ignore us or not listen to what we were saying when we'd reach out to you. So no wonder you two didn't know. And also, the ownership of the house you're living in right now was changed to be under my name. So what happens to that house is completely up to me. What? Yeah, my father suddenly fell ill and got hospitalized, so we talked everything out in advance. Because we knew that Stuart is going to try and make things go their way, but I didn't expect you to leave in the middle of the funeral and throw my stuff out. Explain all of this right now. What do you mean, talked everything out? I became boss of the company as planned, before my dad even fell ill. We changed the owner of the house to my name after my dad got hospitalized. And he gave every single cent that he owned to me while he was still alive. Wait, so what does that leave us with? I mean, I think he has a few dollars in his bank account right now. You can have that. A few dollars? Yep. And also, if you two are planning to stay in that house, I'm going to have to ask you to pay rent. Judging by the rent of the other houses in that area, and of course with a discount since you guys are family, I'd say around $2,000 a month. What? What makes you think we could pay the amount every month? We aren't even working right now. You guys are unemployed? Of course we are. Stuart was supposed to take over the company. Speaking of, change places with Stuart right now. Get off your high horse, you high school graduate. I have graduated from college. What? Stop lying. I'm not lying. I was about to go on to getting a degree in college, but then my mother suddenly passed away right there and then, so I joined my dad's company to take her place. We didn't have many workers back then and business was slow, but I worked really hard and got the company back on track. So after the company was stable enough, I pursued a degree in college while staying over at my dad's house whenever we needed to have a meeting. You just stayed over? Weren't you living there like a leech? Have I never told you before? I have my own house and live there. Did you really think I had an oddly few amount of things when you threw my belongings onto the porch? Well, I thought it was a proper amount. I live in an apartment on the 40th floor. On the 40th floor? Yeah, my dad bought it for me, right when our company was finally recovering from its downhill trail. He said it was time to make things even for everything he did for Stuart. So, he buys you a gorgeous apartment. Yeah, it's pretty close to my university too. Wait a minute, university? I thought you joined your dad's company as soon as you graduated from high school. That's right, and after I was able to stabilize my father's company, I redid my college admissions and graduated with a degree. I studied business at school, and I applied everything I learned directly to work. Ever since I started doing so, the sales kept going up, so I had a really good time at college. I think it was just around the time you guys were getting married. That's when I was getting graduated. How did we never notice? I'm pretty sure it was because you had absolutely no interest in me. Wait, so there's nothing left behind for the two of us? You can have the 2/3 of the few bucks that are still left in my dad's bank account. You're lying. How are we supposed to live off that kind of money? You two are the ones who quit your jobs, aren't you? Oh, and by the way, if you can't pay the rent, then I'm going to have to ask you two to leave the house. Please. I'm the one who has the rights to the house, so $2,000 by the end of the month. Capiche? How am I supposed to do that? Then, please make your way to the door and... I can't do that either. There's nowhere else for us to go. You own a business. You have your own house. Please just let us stay there until we get off our feet on the ground. And Stuart doesn't have to be the boss. He can be your assistant. Just please, hire him. I'm sorry, but I can't just do that. You told me that you're going to kick me out for being a high school graduate, right? That high school graduates aren't fit for being stable members of society? There's nothing to worry about that. Stuart's a college graduate. He'll get everything done properly for you. Stuart hasn't graduated from college. Wait, what? Yeah, he made our dad pay some expensive college fees and got into a private college. But he kept skipping class and got held back for a year. After that, he kept complaining about having to study alongside people who are a year younger than him. One day, he just quit going altogether. Wait, so that means... Yeah, he's a high school graduate. What? Sorry for having to be the one to tell you. I'm not childish like him, so I never brought it up. And it's not his education that keeps me from hiring him. It's his lack of care towards others and motivation to keep improving at what he does that keeps me from hiring him. Tell him that I wish him good luck in finding a new job. Well then, text me when you have my rent ready. Wait, Patricia, please, just help us this once. We're here cute siblings, right? Just give us one last chance. After that, I had to kick out the couple since they couldn't afford to pay the rent. On the other hand, I rented out the apartment that I was living alone in and moved back to the house that my father left behind for me. With the money he left behind for me, I reformed my house to be as clean as a newly built one. Regarding my love life, I ended up marrying a man who I had been working with for a few years and a trusted assistant of my father. My brother and his wife kept bothering me about money, so I had to file a restraining order on them. I heard that they were currently living in Anne's parents' house, but they're being forced to pay 2/3 of their salary as rent.